So as promised in my Diego character profile the other day, today I'll be going over Imara Vex, the female bounty hunter playable in Star Wars Hunters. Now for those comic readers out there, you may recognise Imara from some of the recent comics like War of the Bounty Hunters, Crimson Reign and Hidden Empire. Imara is a character made for Star Wars Hunters that has been introduced via the comics to essentially integrate her into Star Wars even more, which is exactly what happened with Purge Troopers back when Jedi Fallen Order released. They were put into the comics first of all, I think to essentially cement their place in the Star Wars canon and get people used to them, and then they made their appearance in the game. So I think that's essentially what's happened here with Imara. So if you want to learn more about her, it's definitely worth reading those comics. But in short, Imara is a bounty hunter who is part of Chanath Char's Orphans group, who worked for Crimson Dawn in attempts to kill Darth Vader and the Emperor between episodes 5 and 6. And despite Imara being a contestant in the arena even many years later, she seemingly still takes on bounty contracts and uses the arena to show off her talents, which I think makes a lot of sense. As for her weapon, she uses a very heavily modified A280 blaster rifle and is a damage class character. Like Diego, Imara can actually zoom in down the sight as well, but unlike him, this does not impact her rate of fire or damage. Imara has a total of 4 abilities, 2 of them active, 1 passive and an ultimate, and her first active ability is a grapple, which when used she can grapple onto any nearby ledge that allows it, essentially the same as Diego's passive. Her next ability makes use of her missile launcher to fire 1 homing missile at a chosen target, which always comes in very handy. As for her passive ability, this is a tracking scan ability, which will reveal an enemy's location once they reach low health. And finally, her ultimate is called Seeker Salvo, and this allows Imara to fire a barrage assault of missiles from her launcher, which is a huge amount of fun, but she cannot move, so you really have to make sure you time this properly. Regarding the types of skins you can expect to see from Imara, at the moment she has a lot of different fancy styles of her default appearance, but following the last update she has this skin inspired by the Gendai bounty hunter called Durg, and she's also got a few more Imperial skins that essentially blend her armour with that of Stormtrooper variants like this ATSD pilot and this Imperial Inquisitor armour from the Arena Pass, and prior to this update she did have this Mud Trooper version as well. Now despite in the comics trying to kill Vader and the Emperor, she seemingly did do jobs for the Empire at times, which is why she has these Imperial skins, but honestly they are some of my favourite in the game. And given that she's got this skin inspired by Durg, I think we can definitely expect to see more Stormtrooper variant inspired skins for Imara, as well as outfits inspired by some big name bounty hunters. Personally, I think that would be really cool, and I think there's a lot of scope for Imara in terms of her cosmetics. But that is it for this hunter profile for Imara Vex. Hopefully you learned something about this character, and if you did, make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on the next profile, which will be J3DI. That is it from me today though. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the force be with you always.